volume if we want to either transport it or store it. That's why we have to reduce the volume. And one way of reducing the volume of natural gas is by freezing it to about minus 162 Celsius. So that's about minus 260 Fahrenheit, so that we can turn gas to liquid. If you take that ball that you see on the right and reduce it by liquefaction, it will become this white spot that you see in the middle. The radius is about 8 times because 8 cubed is about 600. Is this unusual? Well, not really. Almost all liquids, when they turn to vapor, they expand by about 1,000 times, and vice versa. When vapor becomes liquid, it reduces by about 1,000 times. Water does the same thing. It was the simple fact that ushered in the Industrial Revolution, when people figured out that they could build steam engines, right? So it's a simple fact that we can use to transport natural gas. Incidentally, we can convert natural gas to liquid products, mainly fuels, but also other kinds of liquids, through chemical reactions. The reactions are not very complicated, but doing this efficiently is very complicated. We have known actually how to do this for about 80 years or longer. The Germans figured out how to do this well. That's what fueled Hitler's war machine in the Second World War, when the Germans were using coal as the hydrocarbon source to convert coal to liquid fuels. By converting natural gas to liquid fuels, we have great reduction in volume, about 1,400 to 1. But that takes expensive facilities. So you can have economies of scale if you build huge facilities, or you can have economies if you build very small facilities that are quite flexible. Nevertheless, this technology is going to remain for the near future a niche technology, although there are significant efforts. For example, Sasol in South Africa has developed a lot of capacity, especially during the apartheid years when South Africa could not import liquid fuels. And right now there are projects in Qatar, for example. There's a big project, a big gas-to-liquids facility that is producing. Already it's expanding, actually there are plans for expansion, but nevertheless this is going to remain a niche capability as far as transporting natural gas goes. So in the next few slides I'm going to concentrate on LNG. There is a major gas trade flow worldwide today, and you see the blue and the orange arrows there. Orange arrows are pipeline gas routes, which account for about 70% of all gas transported. Blue lines correspond to LNG. Those are the major routes of natural gas transportation, which account for about 30%. By the way, on units, Cyprus needs about 1 BCM per year of gas. Quick calculation or quick conversion, that's about 100 million standard cubic feet a day. That means you need about 2,000 tons per day for LNG, or about 0.7 million tons per year for LNG. So the global LNG trade has been growing actually, and the interesting thing is that this is creating a more even playing field. To give you an idea, now it's about 20% of natural gas that is traded on spot markets. It was less than 5% only a few years ago. The trend is going up, and you see these projections for producers, for exporters and importers, and we're going to see with the implication in a second. So, how does LNG work? Well, you have 3 parts in the LNG chain. You have the production that goes to liquefaction, you have the shipping part, and the regasification part, and then shipment to the markets. So the liquefaction plant actually does a lot more. You have 3 units there. Can I have Okay, I'll just go by just saying. So the first thing is the sweetening unit where you remove things like CO2 and H2S and mercaptans